As we always do, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Fifth Quarter Podcast. I'm your host, Ben Hustlin. Got Ant Buckets in the building. TJ is somewhere hanging around and I don't know where he's at, but he done hauled ass on us. He'll be gone for a little bit, but we still love him. We're gonna hold it down. But thank y'all for tuning in. As always, subscribe to us on your podcasting platforms. We're getting up on YouTube. Again, we see y'all. We appreciate the love and the listens. We really do. You know what I'm saying? That shows us that, hey, there is different perspective out there that sounds better than most when it comes to certain stuff. So, again, we appreciate that. And it has been one of the most up, down, I can't really say stressful, but anxious.
Yeah.
Just been very, very emotional roller coaster the past, few days with these finals, man. Yeah, the name of this episode I decided to name it was Either Way, History Will Be Made. Either way,
Oh, I like that.
Either
Yep, you're
way,
right.
it will be made. So we're gonna get into that in this episode today, but we're gonna go ahead and start off with all the little tidbits and what we've been hearing though. We gotta do this. I know, and you don't want to do this. It pains you every time we do this, but we gotta shoot out the home front, man. Gotta shout them out, man. Hey, Fremantle on the roll, bro. They
Let them
handling,
have it.
they
Yeah, no,
have, they
they
handling
deserve it
their
after this
business.
weekend.
Yeah, they handling their business, bro. Like
They
they
absolutely are.
and it's and ladies and gentlemen, especially for excuse me, my American listeners, man. This AFL thing, man. I've been here a little while and I've been studying the game from afar, just watching. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, when you want to see real BTA action in games, check out the AFL because you'll definitely see some BTA actions. If y'all don't know what BTA is, belt their ass action. I'm talking about a scoreboard looking like an all-star game with no defense. that shit, that shit look, that shit look bad, but I'm telling you, but in the way that it's done, it's very fascinating and commendable. So I have to congratulate Frio for the streak that they're on. What's the streak they on now? They know what, 13 games or something like that.
They've they've just won 12 straight. They're
Uh,
officially 12 straight games after losing the opening round.
so ain't took a L since week one.
Yeah. But no, good on 'em, man. Like you said, belt to ass, and they brought out the leather. So they got up on North Melbourne by 124 points. They beat them by 124 points.
Hey, now, Ant, I just briefly share with the listeners 100 plus points put up on you. How can a team recover from
The
from something of that caliber? Can you just share with the
So for
people?
anyone out there who is not really familiar with the AFL or not really familiar how with the AFL standings, so point differential actually does come into play. So let's say like the two top teams are tied on win-loss record. Whoever takes the number one spot is the team with the better point differential over the season. So it's not like a thing of, okay, we're up by 50, let's slow it down. It's no, you keep going and you get that percentage up. So this is actually a game played here in WA, not in Perth though. So, Football Western Australia has actually purchased a couple games from North Melbourne because North Melbourne apparently need the money. So we hosted North Melbourne games here in WA so that our regional towns can have a chance to check out some AFL football without,
That's what's up.
traveling hours down to Perth to come see us. So, Fremantle actually went out to Bunbury this weekend to play North Melbourne, and yeah, they brought the belt with them. A hun So don't get me wrong, like, North Melbourne is one of those teams this year, they've been sort of as inconsistent as my Eagles. Sometimes they can have a really good game, sometimes they're gonna get blown out by 100, sometimes they'll give you a big time upset and, send someone home crying, but
Yeah.
so this is one of those games where they were the ones that went home crying.
oh my gosh. BTA, belt to ass.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh my
I gotta give give 'em a
goodness.
shout out, like, I know, man, they're my crosstown rivals, but they're earning every bit of praise that they're getting right now.
And you know what? It's always good, you know what I'm saying, to represent the home team. Like I say, Perth Wildcats, Perth Glory, the women's NBL team. I'm sorry if I don't know them. I'm sorry.
Perth Lynx,
But
they got
we
the
but
Perth Lynx.
but yeah, you know what I'm saying? But we show love for the home team though, you know what I'm saying? You got to, especially where you at, and
And,
for
coming up at the next NRL season, we're gonna officially have a Perth rugby team, the Perth Bears.
there you go. See? Hey, Perth, y'all know what it is. Stand up, man. It's been a long time. Now it's time for people to put some respect on it. You feel me? I've been living here a little bit of time, and I've been around. And this is a wonderful and beautiful city. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so gracious to be here, and I appreciate the love and support from everybody. You know what I mean? And just the good vibe. But hey, it's time to put some respect on Perth, man. Y'all with this bullshit. Imma keep it 100. I know everybody, "Oh, it's about Sydney. Oh, it's about Melbourne. Oh, it's a" Nah, bitch. Perth over here in the cut too, man. Don't act like y'all don't see what's going on over here, man, and pretty soon, you know what it is. Y'all know what it
I mean,
is.
yeah, if Freo could take the flag this year, they'll no longer be the laughing stock of the AFL.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all know what it is, and then now guess what? Everything gonna have to come through here now for that championship. It's got to come through here now before you go to your respective place that y'all play and duke it out for the championship. But
Yeah,
hey, shout out to
and
Frio, man.
I say that as a laughing stock. I mean, they've been quite a talented team for the last handful of years, but they kind of are because they're the only team other than the 2 expansion teams that came in the 2000s that are yet to win a premiership. So
Well,
hopefully this might be their year.
if this is it, just like I said, and I ain't got my baby voice on, but hey, put some respect on it.
Shit, they're,
Like,
they're, they're no, they're definitely playing like they need that respect put on it for sure.
so that's what y'all better
Hopefully,
do.
hopefully they can ride this wave all the way to the end.
But again, hey, don't let the success get to your head though. You know what I'm saying? You start falling off the rent, you know what I'm saying? And next minute you know it, now we gotta take back all this praise we've been giving y'all ass for the whole
Like I said,
Yeah,
man, like I've said it on a few episodes now. Like they gotta get through those one and done games in the finals, and that's where it's really gonna show what they got.
yeah.
Regular
So but
season is regular season.
yeah. Nah,
Championships are won in June.
but hell
NBA
nah.
championships are, but AFL premierships aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit. But nah, man, shout out to Frio, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. Anything else going on in the AFL, man? I heard there was a few upsets. Few upsets.
Oh, we have some. No, there was. It's for sure been a good weekend of football. So starting with opening game on Thursday night, we had Adelaide versus Geelong. I wouldn't really say either one was the favourite. I mean, Geelong was probably the favourite by the team, but being at Adelaide's home ground, which is Adelaide does have a good record playing at their home ground, and Adelaide just managed to get away with that one by 1 point. So not really
Hmm,
an upset, but a, a nail
very
biter of a
close.
game that
Very
went down
close
the went
game.
down to the
Yeah.
wire.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We had Hawthorn and Bulldogs on Friday night, so Hawthorn were in that one as the favourites, as they should been. But Bulldogs managed to scrape away the win because Hawthorn, for some reason, they just came out of halftime and they forgot how to kick straight.
Oop.
So they went into the half up 54-27, but then they kicked 1 goal, 11 behinds for the remainder of the game, whilst Brisbane kicked 8 goals, 2 behinds for the remainder of the game. So Brisbane's accuracy was a lot better at
Oh,
the target than
marksman.
Hawthorn's. So
Oh, it's almost
absolutely,
basically
yeah.
like every time whoever it was that touched that ball, basically they first kick is going through.
Yeah, so, like, if they're lining up for goal, they were mostly making it, so
Yeah.
they had a really good second half to
Excuse me.
that game. Another really close game ended up being 77-71, and just earlier, the game that I was watching myself, which, I kind of I'll be honest, it's a Sunday, I dozed off for about 20 minutes,
Oh,
like
TV was watching you,
but
huh?
then but then I woke back up at the right time, man. Like, so, St Kilda was actually up on that game by 20 points for majority of the game, thereabouts. They were holding it down. This was, St Kilda was not the favourites to win this game at all. So, when I was watching it, they were up by 20, and then I shut my eyes for a little bit. I woke up, and then Sydney was back within 6 points.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was went right down to the wire as well, and Sydney managed to scrape away with the win.
There you go.
So
See?
we've had some good football this weekend, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's why I say, man, we gotta keep it there, man. Hey, you never know, ladies and gentlemen, might have to do old live stream on one of them games. You never know. Just saying, know what I'm saying? But we gonna wait till TJ get back, man, because I know he'd be just like me, fascinated to sit there and watch like a whole, AFL game in its entirety,
Yeah.
especially hopefully it's a good game, not a just a slaughterhouse, because then after a while it's like halftime. It's like, man, what you want to do, man? We're gonna McDonald's. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, I'm finna go on to the house, man. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna chill. Gonna be with the kids, man. It's over. It's over. Like, but nah, we're gonna be, touching more basis on the AFL, man, because it's getting good, man. Even though we still got a little ways to go in the season, but hey, it's grabbing our attention.
So
So
one thing I've found interesting about the AFL, like in the structure of the how the season goes. I don't know if this is done in any other sports. I've actually never heard of it being done in any other sports. So basically, the schedule is decided for the season, the
yep.
fixture, the matchups. But then the second half of the season, you don't have the time slots yet. So when say in towards the end of the first half of the season and you see where teams are on the standings, that's when they decide when the games are going to be played. So your your top tier teams that are happen to be the matchups don't change, but the top tier teams that are matched up, they put them in like the prime time TV slots.
Mm.
So,
So
because obviously, at the start of the season, you don't know how it's all gonna pan out, but as they know, okay, these 2 teams are sort of sitting atop, they're matching up, let's give them blockbuster Friday night game sort of thing.
yeah, that's what we want, because then that keeps you engaged, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, and again, I've been here a little while now and I've watched the game from afar, but to be able to be in the atmosphere, um, to be able to watch the game, or be amongst people who are watching the game, who is the favorite team or the opposing team, just to be in the atmosphere and to see how it is, man. It's pretty dope, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, this is a game in my whole lifetime I've been in this world I've never seen. It's an unorthodox game, but
Yeah.
it's also intriguing. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
very
Like
it's
just to
very
see,
unique.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like there's nothing else like that out there. But and to be on a big scale, you know what I mean? Like so hey, looking forward to seeing what's going on in the AFL season this year with the fifth quarter, man. We're gonna hold it down too. Just want to drop two things, man, before we move on. Um all my NFL fans, just to let y'all know, fifth quarter finna be tapping into the NFL season, man. I got some fun people, man. We're gonna get on the show, man. We're gonna be talking some football. We're gonna be talking a little off season. We're gonna be talking a little bit of preseason. And then pretty soon, man, we're gonna bring that thing on into the regular season. And hopefully, I hope everybody's beginning of the year parlays, shape up to be good. Leading into middle of the week, schedule looking good for you or whatnot. But hey, we're gonna be bringing that on deck pretty soon. And like I said, the people who gonna come through, talk a little ball with us, man. Like I fucks with them. Let's just say I fucks with them. They know ball, man. And anytime we discuss any type of sport, man, it's always a good conversation. So just be tuned in on that. But NFL, two big names uh, have made some moves to new teams. The first one, I think this just alone grabbed my attention, and I probably won't even mention the second one. I mean, it's important, but it's not really important like this one is. But if y'all know who Miles Garrett is, and I will say this in past tense, he used to play for the Cleveland Browns. He has now been traded to the Los Angeles Rams, obviously for some draft capital, and was a player swap as well because they gave up Jared Verse, which was a premier player on the Rams defense. Florida State alumni, shout out because I'm a Florida State boy. Uh, yeah, and he goes over to the Browns now. for Miles Garrett. I'm just gonna say this and we can move on. What the Rams are trying to do, or I think they might have done, is they have put one cornerstone piece. And my side note, Miles Garrett is in his prime. So this is where this shit gets really interesting. And then I'll add this on. And do you know who Aaron Donald is? Do you know who that
Yeah,
is?
I know that
Okay.
name. Mhm.
He's been retired for 2 years. And now, since I guess he probably still talk with the Rams front office, sounds like he might be trying to make a comeback. Do you know if that man comes out back out of retirement, what you have assembled on one side of the football? That is like Doctor Doom and Thanos on the same side of the fucking defense. The-
So, because you just picked up a prime defensive end, pairing
bro,
him up with a future Hall of Fame defensive tackle.
oh my God, bro. Let's just say this: any quarterback that has to deal with that the whole game, you really either have to love football, like really love football, or they paying your ass a shitload of money to be getting your ass smacked up by these two human beings. I'm just gonna keep it 100 with you because both of them is capable of getting to the quarterback. One had did it and won a Super Bowl. The other one has been in the same team for quite some time and still been disruptive and have still, got accolades, what I'm saying, added to his resume. He just the one that he does not have is a Super Bowl ring. He's got defensive player of the year. He's got, all pros and, he's there. He sack record. He now he's got the sack record, NFL history, I believe. So, excuse me. You've just added a person like this to your defense. Imagine that. And you added an individual like this to your defense. And then you say, hey, let me get on the phone and call one of our old defensive players that won a ring for us and see, hey man, you look, I've been seeing your TikToks and shit, man. You working out, bro. Looks like you're still keeping in shape. You know what I'm saying? You think you got one more in you? And he fuck around and he say, yeah. See that same smile you got on your face right now? That's exactly what I would be doing too. I'd be like,
'Cause that
yeah.
was actually gonna be my next question. Is he in game ready condition or, like, can get into game ready condition as well? Because obviously
And
after 2 years off.
exactly. And that is something, excuse me, not only myself, but even a lot of analysts, kind of pointed that out. Like, you've been gone for 2 years. Like, it's good that you still keeping in shape, but are you in football shape? Like,
Mm, yeah.
you still used to getting hit by offensive linemen trying to put you on your ass because they're trying to stop you from being a terrorist across the line. Like, is you still, and ready for those double teams and chip blocks and are you still in for that? Like, you've been away from it for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
He's got a few months to brush up on it before the season
exactly.
starts, so
But
yeah.
if he gets in, but if this happens, he needs to kind of get in now because, OTAs is finna start, training camp is finna start. So kind of to get himself, you know, back into the game as far as that part. The working out, you can clearly look at him and tell that man work out every day. That's his life. He's just a big man. That's a huge man, bro. Like Miles Garrett is a big dude too, man. Just tall. He's a big dude.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But if you those two, mm, you might be and then it's Matthew Stafford's think he just signed a 1 year extension because basically he on the last end of his career, but he got a ring. He got a ring. So he trying to probably go for another one and you just got another defensive player on your team, like arguably the best defensive player in the league, and then you finna get the defensive player of the year for like damn near 10 years fucking consecutive. You finna get him out of retirement to come back. Like, man, this shit is dangerous, man. That shit is just but like I said, we'll leave that for our NFL episodes, man, but I just wanted to shout that out, man. The other one was AJ Brown going to the Patriots. For those who know about AJ Brown, um, little bit of a drama queen. That's what most wide receivers are, especially when they want money. And obviously, they're not getting the ball. So, this man was on the sideline while his team losing. This man reading books. You know what I'm saying? He reading them because he ain't getting the ball. So he like, fuck it. Why do I need to pay attention? I'm just gonna pull this book up right here and finish reading. But I was reading on the plane. Like, I mean, anyway, that's a whole other. But on a good note, that also helps the Patriots, with their pass game. Still got a you know, quarterback on his rookie deal. So, and they were pretty good last year. Just obviously they ran into that buzzsaw that was Buffalo at the time. We had ran into them too. But anyway, it's gonna be pretty interesting with them now that they have AJ Brown, but everybody knows we gotta see how it goes. If he puts the numbers up here compared to what he did in Philadelphia, then we know who the problem was in Philadelphia and why he left.
Mhm.
I'll
Yeah.
leave it I'll leave it at that. Last thing before we get into the meat and potatoes, man, World Cup starts this weekend or weekend for end of weekend for us. It's going down, baby. It's going down. I'm sorry, got my times mixed up and shit. Because obviously it's in LA. So I'm kind of like living in
Yeah. No, that's right.
LA
It's a
time. Yeah.
it starts on a Friday for us, Thursday night for the US.
There you go. So, see what I'm saying? I'm kinda living in LA time, like, time's fucked up, but, yeah, World Cup's finna crank up, man, so, hey, best of luck to all countries involved. Hopefully, none of the matchups as we go through the bracket, doesn't decide to end in tragedy or hopefully no draws. We don't want no tie games because that'll blow the lid off that motherfucker. If that you get any draws, so hopefully it's decisive wins or nail biters, but or some penalty shootouts or something like that. But all in all, I just want anybody who's going or will be in attendance just to be safe and enjoy the sports and hope that your country wins and always turn up. I'm always turn up for the US. Obviously, I ain't gonna turn up for Australia. And if
Yes,
TJ
sir.
was here, he would turn up for Canada or he'll make some smart ass remark about, how Canada's there, but they're not there, type thing or something like that. But
We're just happy to be here.
yeah, exactly. That's pretty much probably what he would say. He's happy to be here. So
No, but you gotta say this, man, like, no matter what's going on in the world, whatever negativity there might be out there, we can all agree that sports is one thing that everyone can come together on. The
exactly.
Olympics, tennis opens,
Yeah.
everything, man. Sports brings us all together as a people. Um, just like I said, doesn't matter if you're just happy to be here, be happy to be there,
Yeah.
represent your country. It's a beautiful
Exactly.
thing.
That's what you're supposed to do. So anyway, best of luck to all countries involved and hopefully we see some great soccer played. I'm sorry, no disrespect, football played because I know I got a couple friends like to check me about that. It's not soccer, it's football. So gotta call it its proper name. Football.
Football.
Football. Anyway, so yeah, y'all be on the lookout for that. Check those games out. And now what we've come to discuss at me and you both were, I believe, texting each other during both games.
Yeah.
And boy, I tell you, and everybody else who watched those, which they did, y'all knew. First two games were a classic.
Yeah.
Classic start to an NBA finals. Classic start. I mean, oh my gosh, you had a little bit of straight out the gate, up 14. Then turn around, you're down six. Then you're down two. then you go up 4.
Yep.
then then you down 10. Then you back up 8. Just that shit was bananas, bro. Oh my god, that shit was bananas. But the thing we need to highlight here, and I know you're gonna agree with me, experience is the best teacher.
Yeah. It's
If you
looking like that right now.
if you have it, you know how to weather the storm. When you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, you're just tenacious and you just go mode and you're using more of your athleticism compared to your mental and lock it in with your athleticism. Once you figure that out, you're unstoppable. And there's one individual in this whole series that is able to do that and quite frankly is doing that. And would you like to know who that is?
I think I know who you're about to say.
It's gotta be Cat.
Yeah, yeah.
Cat is
He
balling right now, bro.
whew, yeah. He's not looking like Cat of the regular season. He's
That man
if
is
we've never
handling
spoken of
his
playoff Cat before, and we're seeing him now.
thank you. But you know what? Sometimes it takes trial and tribulation
Yeah,
to really reach your full potential. You gotta be forged by the fire. You know what I'm saying? And I think over his career he has done that. Even though this is his first time, he's right at the door where he just put his hand on the knob and turn it. He right there. He right there. And right now he playing as if he knows he's right there. And he
yeah.
knows it's this, but I'm not gonna jinx the man and say, oh yeah, this is it. If he don't get this, he gonna go back into being in the trash bin, type player type shit. No, 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 no. That man has showed me, as like most people in the real world, you get the opportunity to show yourself and what you can do, and you'll be surprised in what you can do when you're doing it. And right now that man is balling. He balling more than JB. Even though
Yeah,
JB
well,
even though JB
now
hooping too now, he be hooping too
and
now, but
absolutely, yeah, and the Knicks have been using Cat very well as well to, stretch the floor and, open up space for the other guys. So even when he's not, um, you know, making the offensive play, by playing him out on the three-point line, and that's what's good about having a benefit of having a three-point shooting big like Karl Anthony Towns. He's drawing Wemby out of the paint because you can't leave him open on the three-point line because he can make that shot. So by him drawing Wemby out of the paint, it's creating drives for the other guys. And Jalen Brunson's able to get inside, get to a spot, take that mid range, take that up and under layup. The way he's doing. But on top of that, one thing I did notice between the two games is Cat's actually been doing a really good job when Wemby comes out to defend him at the three-point line, taking him off the dribble.
hmm,
It's not really something you think of when you think of Karl Anthony Towns, to be honest, especially against a defender like Wemby. But no, he's been doing a really good job of blowing by Wemby, getting to the bucket, finishing inside as well as shooting from outside.
bro, I'll ask this question then. In these 2 games, and I know it's a little pre-early to determine, but it is something that will have to be discussed at some point. Do you think the Knicks are proving that now shit's gotta run? They basically you gotta go through New York. I know. Hold on. Wait, 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 wait,
Yeah.
wait, wait. Before you, because I know where you probably finna go with this. So I'm finna cut you off right there before you go there. Okay. I am not saying that I am giving or taking the crown off of Big Green and I'm putting it on the Knicks, but we have to look at the tape. And I'm a person, I look at the tape, and the tape says, bro, at some point, yeah, it's no longer probably gonna be running through Boston. It's gonna be running through New York. But
Well, I mean,
or it's
it's
gonna be a close 1 and 2 when it comes between those two teams. It'll be a close 1 and 2.
it's certainly been like that. I mean, for the last like 3, 4 years, there's been maybe in the Eastern Conference, there's been, these are the 4 teams that we expect something off of. Boston's been one of them.
Mhm,
New York's been another one.
mhm,
Philly or Milwaukee have sort of been in there as well, and then you can
mhm.
even throw the Cavs in for the last 2 seasons
Yeah,
and the Pacers as well.
yeah,
They've really been and even if you go back a handful of years before that, Miami as well
yeah.
in like 2 years before this one. So the East has been made up of, a small collective of top tier teams, and then there's a bit of a fall off to like, okay, if they have a good playoff run, they might be able to do something, but we're not really expecting a lot of them. New York is stamping themselves in that position as we are one of the top teams in the East, if not the top team. We're here to stay. You weren't ready for us.
Mm.
So they're looking like that now, man. They've had this playoff run by New York so far has been incredible. They've like
13 straight, bro. They
yeah.
have not lost since the first
Just
series
the first round,
of the
yeah.
first round of the playoffs, and they've been spanking. Well, these last 2 games, they ain't really spanked. They just had to grit. They had to kinda grind it out.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm
Yeah, and
saying?
that's what you want out of a final
Yeah,
series as
yeah,
well,
they
for
kinda
sure.
had to grind it out, but the first 3 series, 2 series, BTA.
Yeah.
Just B just BTA,
And,
and
finally, there are only 2 losses in the playoffs so far. They've lost each of those games by just 1 point.
there you go, and it
So,
was
they're standing on business right now.
back in the
Which brings
first
me to
round.
my
That's what
question.
yeah.
Which brings me to my question. How much of this is TJ's fault?
Yes, how much of this is TJ's fault?
He dared him. He dared him, man.
And now look at him. See? And now he's somewhere in the clouds with the family. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, once we get this pressed up, man, and get it out there and he hear it, I'm pretty sure he gonna have something to say. So yeah, TJ, this is all your fault. Thanks a lot, TJ.
But
Appreciate
don't
it.
get me wrong, I'm not upset by it at all
Oh, me
because,
neither. Me
my
neither.
my my team's not in it. I don't really
Me
have
neither.
any dog in this fight, so I just wanna see some good basketball, and that's what
And
we're getting right
and
now.
so far it has been that was just round 2.
Yeah.
And just yeah, it was nail biters just as we want in the finals. We just don't want this to just be a cakewalk. We want it to be a knockdown drag out. We want it to edge our seats. We want to be like, oh my God, he just shot a 3. Oh my God, I never seen it. Did you see him cross him up? Oh my God, it just we want to see this. This is, this is playoff basketball. This is where it's at. This is the
Yeah.
last. Like I said, either way, history will be made in these
Yeah,
finals.
absolutely,
Either
because
way. So
you've got a storied franchise, one of the most I wouldn't call them successful, but, an absolute like a how do I put this? Like
cornerstone.
the cornerstone of the NBA, the New York Knicks, they go back, Madison Square Garden, the home of basketball, basically, but they haven't won a championship since the 70s. So they're going to take on home. That city's going to go wild. Or you got the first championship out of a potential dynasty led by Wemby. So
Which
either way,
the
history will
same
be made.
setup this same setup happened before.
Yeah.
It was all just different terms, you know what I mean? This is a little different now, fast forwarding it, but all in all, man, so far, Nick's been basically letting everybody know, "We here, and if they fuck around," and I think that was the attitude they had in game 2. If they fuck around and they let us win this game, this shit might be over for their ass. I'm
Mhm.
pretty
Yeah.
sure that's it because once, obviously they knew they was gonna go toe to toe with them in game 1. They knew that. They knew they had to. That's the feel out game. Let's see how we gonna play. Is it gonna be quite physical? Which we're gonna get into that as well too, because I think some of the ref play was good. Other moments it was, I'm like, what you what you doing here? Like it kind of to me, kind of slowing the game. I know you need to review it. This is, but you're also slowing the game down. Like this, come on, man, clear cut shit. But I understand you got to go through protocol. This is a high stakes game. I get all that. But we again need to recognize and acknowledge that, yeah, this could be a potential
Don't
Slip,
say
s
it.
you know? Exactly, I don't wanna speak it into the universe, but it could, could be a
Well, I mean, fuck, say it because at this point, the Knicks are just proven everyone wrong. So
that
whatever you got to say about
y
them, they're just gonna be like, "Hold my beer real quick."
yeah, so I don't wanna use the term of a household cleaning utensil, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, but we still got a lot of basketball to play. Still a lot of
Yeah,
basketball to play.
that's for sure.
Now let's switch it up. Obviously, the more notable things in this series that a lot of people, even, mainstream media, talk about. And I'll just start it with this one. Do you think the moment is starting to become too big for Wemby?
I don't know about too big. I think you can sort of maybe see the pressure is falling on his shoulders a
Mm.
little bit because obviously, like when you're the number one draft pick, the way that he was hyped up so much and rightfully so, he absolutely deserves all the hype he gets. It's Ev everything the spotlight is on you. When you're up, when you're down, the spotlight's on you. So I don't know if the moment's come too is too big for him because let's not forget how well he played in, the World Cup, and that's on the world stage as well. Sorry, not the World Cup, the Olympics,
Yeah.
against Team USA. So on the world stage, he was amazing, even though France ended up losing that game. So I do think, he's 22 years old, and it might be a lot to carry. That's why where certain unforced errors have occurred, given his young and lack of experience in some areas. There hasn't really speaking actually as the Spurs as a whole are quite a young team, so there are certain moments where you have seen the inexperience come into play. There are certain moments from the Knicks, for example, where you have seen the experience come into play. Like Josh Hart, for example, he makes such smart veteran moves on the court
Oh,
as
he
well, and
did.
that's where
Yeah, he
you
did.
see the experience.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
made yeah, he made one. He made one. He almost damn near sunk Castle into the front row by tripping that man. Yeah, he made a
Oh, that one.
very
Yeah.
veteran decision. Yeah, that was very veteran of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Stopped the fast break, but gave away a flagrant, so
Very veteran of him. But no, I can see that. And again, that's why I kind of said a little earlier. You can definitely see where experience is being the best teacher. So not only, the Knicks are obviously this is their first time in the finals in a long time, but at the same token too, same thing with San Antonio. Like this group that was assembled and draft picks and bench work, and it's all come together for them to get to this point. It's a clear, basically a clear cut evidence of experience versus youth. So
yeah.
if I was San Antonio, and I'm speaking from this standpoint, if I was San Antonio, win or lose, I would take on this experience, take on this, these growing pains, and allow it to mold me into something bigger. Allow it to galvanize me into something else, because
Yeah.
we are capable. We have been to the mountaintop, you know what I'm saying? We've slugged it out with the best. We know we can do it again. So if they lose the series, hey man, nobody really thought you'd be here, to be honest. Nobody really they had OKC. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Let's keep it 100.
Facts. Yeah.
They had OKC
Or
slotted
even the
in.
Nuggets pulling out,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Slotted in, or the Lakers slotted in. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Uh, slotted in to play the Knicks, but it wasn't. It was y'all. So, all else failed. Like, hold your head up. Like, nobody thought you'd be here. You did your
Yeah, for
thing.
sure. It's
You
like
did your thing.
'cause like, the Spurs have held it down really, for the most part through both of these games. They've been very tight games,
Yeah,
but as you said, that's when the experience comes into play. We saw Jalen Brunson in game 1 just go absolutely bonkers in the
yes, he
4th
did.
quarter and will the Knicks over the line. So that's where the experience of Brunson, playoff experience that Brunson's had. He's had what 3, 4 deep runs now with the Knicks. Last year they made it all the way to the conference finals. So he might be playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, being sent home 1 round early last year. So, he absolutely showed out in the 4th quarter of game 1. So that's when, we saw the lack of experience in the Spurs where they just couldn't keep it together down the stretch. Because really their veteran player on the Spurs that gets, a higher number of minutes is De'Aaron Fox. And this is the
Yeah,
first, this is De'Aaron Fox's second ever playoff appearance, the first time that he's made it this deep into the playoffs. So, obviously Harrison Barnes has playoff experience. Luke Cornett has playoff experience as well. But, De'Aaron Fox is the one that's out there on the floor with the guys. So
yeah,
you can sort of see that the inexperience and the experience of the Knicks overshadowed that, similar to that, from game 2, that very last play. Um, Unfortunately, I'm going to have to, this has to be talked about. I'm going to have to bring it up again.
yeah,
But it's like, it's almost like Wemby wasn't sure of himself when he was making that pass,
yeah,
because I've seen him take the ball up the court himself before and, create a play on the other end, but he decided, not the wrong decision overall, because obviously, he's putting the ball in the hands of his point guard so
yeah,
that he can get into the paint and do his thing down
yeah,
low. But obviously, the bit of a communication, error in communication, error in judgment, caused a turnover, which unfortunately as well, upon trying to defend that turnover, cost him 2 free throws.
yeah. And you can see it in his face. Like, yeah. I mean, but obviously, me and you both played sports. You've played basketball, mine's football, American football. And sometimes we can lead with our emotions in a game, depending on the situation. You know, obviously, if you're up, I've seen it. I've been on teams where, you're winning and all of a sudden you just decide you want to just let your foot off the gas a little bit. Next minute, you know it, now you lose by 3.
Yeah.
I've been in a game like that. You
That
know what I'm saying?
one critical error down the stretch can change everything.
And exactly. And that error in my instance was quarterback being in timing. He looked one way, I broke another way. Next minute, you know it, linebacker comes, interception. 3 points. 3 points. At least we gave up 3, not 7. But
Yeah,
still, you know what I mean? But that was in the same game where we were up, and they found a way to come back. So, things like that are demoralizing, but we also had to learn at some point to kinda manage our emotions, but still play your game. You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely, yeah.
not allow, your emotions to, override what you already know how to do. And what you're good at. So I'll ask you this question. Do you think that De'Aaron Fox should have took the last shot instead of Wemby?
Oh, that's a tough one. In game 2, because yeah, I that is a tough one. So, Champagne wasn't shooting it particularly well. Um, Castle is capable of taking that last shot had Wemby brought it up and they played a little two-man game.
Yeah.
I do think the ball was in the right hands, being in Wemby's hands. That's your best player. That's your leader, your future as well. I don't know if the mid range was the right shot. The mid range pull up. He's a 7'5" freak of nature. Maybe
Yeah.
if he took it inside a step, but also the Knicks did a good job of, you know, blocking his lane for him to get to the
Mhm.
rim. So he kind of had to settle for the mid range.
Mhm.
So it was an interesting last play because as well, like when the turnover was caused, 9 seconds left, down one, do you call? Sorry, up one, do you call a timeout there? Or do you not call a timeout there? And obviously that, led to a turnover. So whether Wemby running up the floor was expecting a timeout to be called so they can draw up one final play so that they can, play that last one out. But uh, De'Aaron Fox did have a really good game 2, and it was actually he shot it very efficiently.
It was
So
the hot that's what my point I was going. He
yeah,
was the hot hand. So
absolutely. So, if anything, just because of that reason, like he went 8 from 12 from the field for the game, for a total of 20 points. So, because of having the hot hand, maybe that's why you would have put the ball in his hand.
yeah.
But I don't think it was the wrong decision to put the ball in Wemby's hand for that last shot either.
I think I I agree with a little bit of what you were saying, because yes, you got kind of, the future of your franchise. What better way for a confidence booster if he hits this shot? Like,
Yeah.
and you're winning the game. Like, this is finna put him in back into the mode where he kind of needs to be moving forward because again, right now it's not looking good. Let's keep this shit 100. It's not looking good. So that would have been a confidence booster. Now I want to just say this, and this is one thing that I'm I'm sorry to kind of be nitpicking at certain shit, but it is starting to become agitating. Is it me, or is every time that Wemby shoots the midi or he shoots a three, he kicks his legs out. So he kind of forces himself to fall in a sense. You know what I mean? Because he's shooting the shot, but he's kicking it. You know how most players kick their
Yeah.
legs out. And he's falling. So I get it. He's trying to draw the foul as strategic play if it works. But now it's starting to become a little bit too repetitive. Because now every time I see you shooting that shot, the first thing you're doing is basically you're trying to get the foul. You're shooting, you're throwing your legs out. You know what I'm saying? Instead of
Mm.
just
Yeah.
shoot your shot. Like if it goes in, it goes in. If it doesn't, oh well, get your ass down there and get your rebound like you've been fucking doing most of the season. To get your own
Yeah.
rebound. Like stop with this shooting and kicking your legs out like you Steph and you know what I mean? Like you trying to draw the foul and like the shit. And then guess what? Because it take you about damn near 10 minutes to get up off the fucking floor to get down the court because you're so goddamn
Yeah.
tall. So y- y- I know it sounds crazy, but it seems like every time I've watched him shoot certain shots,
I
and,
have
and,
noticed that a little bit.
and you're
Yeah.
just he's kicking his legs out like as he's shooting again, as he's trying to draw the foul. To me, it's like, come on, bro, like come on, man, just shoot your shot, just shoot it. You don't need to, try to draw the foul. Then you seven and some change. Like I'm pretty sure as soon as it leave your hand, it's probably teardrop. It's
Yeah.
straight into it's teardrop, straight into the come on, man. Like I get it. And like I said, I understand everything is strategy, and experience and, trial and error. But for him, and I'm old school, new school, kind of raised up watching basketball, and it's always been big men never used to shoot threes. They asses get in that paint and you are blocking, you are rebounding, and you're putting and putbacks. That's basically what you are doing. If you got a mid range, you know what I'm saying, then yeah, work it. But most of the time, get your ass in
Kevin
that paint.
Garnett, Dirk,
Yeah,
for example.
get your ass in that paint. Why are you shooting threes? Even though he is capable to shoot the three. We know that. We done seen him. But now, yeah, it's starting to become a little bit too repetitive, man. He kicking his legs out. Then it's like I said, it's taking 10 minutes just to get off the floor, just to get up to go back to play defense because it's so goddamn long. So, but why put yourself through that? That's hurting your team when you do shit like that because they need you to get back on defense, regardless if you know, speak, you're, quick as a big man, but still, when you do shit like that, you fall on the floor, then you're looking around like, oh, he didn't foul. And guess what? Same shit. I believe somebody else likes to do that type of shit. I ain't gonna say no
We're not gonna get
names.
into that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say no names, but somebody else like to do that kind of shit. But
There's actually a lot of players that like to do that,
yeah,
and it gets annoying, so, hopefully he doesn't pick up this bad habit. He's still got a big, bright future ahead of him,
yeah,
so
and like I said, and I understand you're one of the very few big men that can really handle the ball as if you're a point guard. Excuse me. You can
Mm,
dribble. We know you can dribble. You know what I'm saying? You can move with the ball, but I'm just yeah, get in that paint, bro. That's where
yeah.
you at. Get in that paint. Utilize like you didn't see really Kareem shooting threes like that. You didn't really see Wilt kind of shooting threes like that, Even, Dr. J shooting threes like that. Like they, their body of work was where? In the paint.
Down low in the paint,
In the
yeah.
paint.
You didn't really see a lot of big men come out shooting threes until, like,
Thank
Peja Stojakovic or something.
exactly, you know what I mean? Which again, obviously the game has to evolve, but now I just think just looking at it because I watched both of those games, and I watched him shoot in particular because I was watching certain shit, and I just noticed every time he shoot a midi or he shoot a three, kick his legs out, and then he fall on the ground. So it's almost like you're purposely falling on the ground to draw the foul. And then the refs, which we'll get into that a little bit now, they let him play. He
Yeah,
tried to shoot and
and the
court
right and the
game.
right call.
Yeah, they let him play, and now you cost your team because now they're in transition. You got to get up off the floor to get down there. They're going to take advantage of that, and I'm pretty sure that's what they did a few times. They took advantage of that because he wasn't there. He had to get up to get back down. By that time, they've already pushed it past half court. We making moves.
Mm,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, so it hurts them in the long run. And I hope, yeah, like you said to your point, I hope he doesn't pick that up, man, and just shoot your game. Just shoot your shot, Wemby. Don't. Everybody's not Steph, man. Okay, just keep it 100. Everybody's not Steph, man.
yeah.
All right, like Steph pulled that type shit off, man, and rightfully so. But here's the difference: 9 times out of 10, he making that shit. Like he's
And
making it.
and Steph never really shoots to draw the foul. He
Thank
gets
you.
fouled, he doesn't get it called, but he
Yeah,
makes the
but he
shot
makes a
anyway.
shot anyway. Exactly. So now,
And that's why he's the greatest shooter alive,
thank
but
you. But yeah, man, and I don't know.
or
I'll
ever, not just alive, ever.
yeah, that's what that's what. All right. Well,
But ultimately, man, I think, it's not just a you know, I can't really base it on just mishaps that the Spurs have made and, errors in judgments and, inexperienced moves that they've made that have cost them a little bit here and there. New York has been playing
yes,
phenomenal.
they
Like,
have.
for example, game 2, they had 3 guys scoring 20 points. Brunson didn't really need his massive scoring output that he needed in game 1 because you had Mikal Bridges out there shooting the lights out. He went 8 from
Huh.
13 from the field, 4 from 6, 20
Hey,
points,
I
4
got
4
one
of
for
6 from
you.
3, 20
Yeah,
points.
I got one for you. How about Shaman?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Shaman's been fantastic. 13 points in game 2, 5 of 12, and I think he had what 13 in game 1 as well, if
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
yeah.
And that was another game where OG Anunoby, he's hasn't really been like the top tier guy. He doesn't need to be the top tier guy. He's been a very very good third option,
Man, he put somebody's shit on the glass. I
fourth
forgot who.
option,
Yeah,
third
I
option,
forgot.
depending on the night.
Yeah, he put somebody's shit on the glass. Who was that?
Yeah,
Was it Castle? I think he put Castle
yeah. I
shit on
think
the.
he had a big block on
Yeah, he
Castle. I think
put
it was. Yeah.
Castle shit on the glass. Then I think somebody else he put shit on the glass. I think Dylan Harper shit he put on the glass.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, it,
Like,
it was,
between the 2 games as well, Josh Hart, he's been out there doing the Josh Hart things. He's had a total of 3 points from between both games, but that's not what's important. In game 1, he had 15 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals, and a block
and one
for
trip.
yeah, and that was game 2. So, anyone that looks into, the advanced analytics, he was also a plus 22 on the box score. So, game 2, he had 0 points, but, he's that guy that does all the intangibles, the things that don't show up in the box score, deflections, diving on loose balls, all that sort of stuff. He's the Swiss Army knife. He's Josh Hart. He's out there just bringing what the team needs him to bring.
Yep, and tripping people on the court.
Yeah, that too.
And then I'm sorry. The reason why I'm highlighting that because the look on his face was like, man, I didn't do that shit. And then when they actually showed it, even in the arena, and they slowed it down, and it was like, come on, bro, you rap, come on, bro. I get it if you stuck your hand out there and like his shit bumped your hand. You cuffed it. Your hand cuffed, bro. You cuffed it. And they caught your ass. They got.
It
Come on, man.
it
They
looked
got
a lot worse in slow motion.
that's what I said.
That's for
That's
sure.
what.
Because the fall on the ground, you could sort of see, like, just the way he
Yeah,
fell and his arms sort of flailed out in front of him
yeah,
as part of him falling. It almost looked in real time like like a stray hand
yeah, like a
copped the leg,
hand. Yeah,
but then you slow it down, it's like, "Oh, no, you grabbed his shit."
yeah. That's what I'm saying. You cuffed it. You cuffed it,
Yeah.
bro. You come on, man. Come on, bro. And then he looking at the ref like, man, I ain't do nothing. Like, I ain't do that. Man, what did you talk about, bro? Man, you tripping, man. You calling a
I
stupid
mean,
foul.
I
Yeah.
in one sense, he didn't look he wasn't looking at the player when he was doing it. He had eyes on
Nah.
the ball only,
Yeah,
so, you can call it up to that, but
yeah,
at the end of the day, we're in a world of, every sport's doing it across the board where player safety always comes first, so,
yes,
that could result in potential injuries, so
yeah.
you have to be penalized for it.
Yeah, nah, and the right call was made. I forgot who the senior official was. I forgot his name. I like old school though. He don't fuck around because he was he was looking like yeah. He looked at his ass like yeah. Come on, bro. Don't even, bro. I don't even want to hear that shit. And then I guess he was trying to talk to him before he went to the table to review it. He kind of told him like, man, I ain't trying to hear that shit, bro. You know you fucked up. You know you fucked up. I don't want to hear your shit. I'm gonna go. Let me just go check the tape before we call this shit. But I'll leave you. I'll leave this question with you and we get up out of here. Do you think the series will take a turn in these next 2 games in New York?
I'm really glad you asked that question. So, I'm gonna answer this in 2 separate ways. So, 1, I don't think there's ever been a time that the home team has dropped 2 games and then gone on to win dropped the first 2 games at home and then gone on to win the series. Definitely not in this playoff format where it's 2-2, 1-1-1.
Mhm.
Maybe in the older format when I think it was 2-3
Yeah,
and then
2,
2.
3, 2, yeah.
Yeah, so, um, it's very like, game 2 basically became a must win for the Spurs after dropping game 1. So I wanna hope for the sake of the Spurs at least to stretch out this series because I wanna watch 7 games of this. Like, this has been these 2 games have been phenomenal. I
I
want this to go
told you,
7.
I picked San Antonio in 7, so they really making me look bad right now.
So, I do hope for the sake of the Spurs, they can turn it around and hopefully get 1 back, maybe 2. If they can get 2 back, that would be crazy because they're about to walk into the most hostile road building in the NBA, and that's Madison Square Garden. Like, we know how loud the Knicks fans are gonna be right there, you know? They haven't been here in 50 years,
Bro,
so
them
they've
the
been ready for 50 years.
nosebleed seats in MSG, 10 grand.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. I think that's a joke. Like, it kinda ruins it. I know, I understand at the end of the day, it's a business, it's about making money, but, like, the real fans who are gonna be screaming the loudest can't be there at that price.
The real fans that's screaming the loudest is either in a pub, in a house,
Times Square at the watch
or
party.
at the watch party, exactly,
Yeah.
at the watch party outside, or they in one of the boroughs posted up in somebody's house. You feel me? That's the only like, I get it. And obviously, let's be honest, as sports fans, and you mean to tell me you wouldn't wanna watch a game 3 in MSG?
Oh, man, absolutely, I would.
Cour
If I had
cour
that money, I'd be there right now.
and potentially, I'm because I'm a wishful thinker, potentially courtside next to Spike. Like,
To Timothée Chalamet.
yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it might be Jay, you know?
That'd be you're probably looking at about 100 grand for those
Hey,
courtside
look here,
tickets,
man.
man.
Look here, man. I'm thinking big. You feel me?
You're gonna have Jay-Z there, you're gonna have Beyonce next to him, you got Spike Lee down there.
Yeah.
Well, Stephen A's got a seat reserved for him anyway as the ESPN analyst.
Yeah, I don't know if I wanna sit next to him, but you know what I'm saying? I fucks with him from the long way, you feel me? Like, but
Yeah.
anyway, but you can't tell me you wouldn't wanna or be in the proximity of this going
Oh,
on, game
100%, man.
3.
If I was a New Yorker, like, given the ticket prices, it sounds like the real party will be the watch party, not at the
It's gonna
game,
be
like,
outs exactly,
that's where it'll be
outside,
popping
out
off with the real
exactly.
fans that are getting there, getting rowdy,
Uh,
you know, taking the shirt off and flinging it around in the air, whatever, doing what you gotta do. Be a fan to really be a fan, like, I think that's where it'll be really popping off, but, yeah, to answer your question, I think the Spurs are too good of a team to lose 2 more, the next 2 rather. I think they take definitely 1 and then maybe goes back to San Antonio and hopefully take game 5. But also in saying that, there was a quote to a reporter after the game by Mikal Bridges, and she said to him, "How does it feel being up 2-0?" So Mikal Bridges, if anyone's forgotten, has been in this position where they're up 2-0 when he played on the Suns against Milwaukee. Milwaukee then went on to win 4 straight and win the series, win the finals, win the championship.
hold on.
So Mikal had a great thing to say, which was, "No, it's 0-0.
Yeah,
We go into
exactly.
this game like it's" yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the way you gotta be looking at it, and I like it. I like that he said that.
Because if he would have said, "Hell no, we finna go win them too, and we finna bounce their ass up out of there, and we finna get the Swifty at," and then turn around, Wemby is hoisting the Larry O'Brien.
Yeah. In a blink.
That's what I'm saying, like, or, yeah, so, nah, I just like you said, to your point, I really hope this series drags out, man. I just like I said earlier, I'm trying not to use the household cleaning utensil. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the best way best way to put it. But let's Wemby, I need you to you're making me look bad, bro. Like for real. Yeah. But again, y'all young team, you wasn't supposed to be here, but you're here. So take this with your growing pains as well, too, man. Because guess what? Y'all are going to be a team to be reckoned with. Now another team in an already stacked West that's
Yep.
gonna it's in the conversation now. Not a, oh yeah, they'll be there, in 5 years' time. Like, nah, y'all have arrived. Y'all are
Yeah.
there. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? It's just now the chemistry and working out the kinks and obviously the organization wants you to work out the kinks now because you're right here at the championship. You know what I'm saying? They want you to work them kinks out now. But you just gotta, take it with a grain of salt, man, and just keep pressing and do your best. And, I know you're looking at probably for the next 10 years, 10, 15 years, one of the more dominant, well, could be potentially one of the most dominant players this ever graced the court again. Again,
Yeah.
because we've had some great ones, but again, I'm not gonna put him up there like, oh, he's a GOAT, but he will be in the discussion. I think that's probably
Yeah.
fair to
I'm just
put.
gonna throw one more name out there because obviously we've mentioned some very important players on, the Knicks, Brunson, Cat, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, all been incredible. For the Spurs, Castle, De'Aaron Fox wasn't so great in game one. Wemby's obviously doing Wemby things, but we have not said a single word about Dylan
I
Harper,
was
who has been
just a
incredible
I was
between two
I
games.
was getting there.
Well done, rookie.
Yeah.
Well done, young man.
And he kind of was locking up Brunson a little bit too,
Yeah.
man. Was
Yep.
locking him up a little bit or making it difficult for him. But his relentlessness to get to the rim though, like
Absolutely.
oh, I'm talking about my boy kissing it off the glass, switch the hand, off the glass. I'm like, ooh,
Yep.
look at you, killing up, look at the flexed on cat a little bit, off the glass on cat. Cat just he could do that. Cat just like, yeah, I couldn't do nothing about that. That was clean. Like it was not, yeah,
And Cat too, to be honest, on the defensive end, like we don't really think about Cat as obviously he being 7 foot, he can, rim protect, but you don't necessarily think of him as a rim protector, a defensive big.
yeah,
He's much more of an offensive big.
offensive,
His
yeah,
defense has been really good in this series as well.
and you know why? Because he knew what was ahead of him.
Yeah, he has to. He doesn't have a choice.
He
It's
had exactly.
it's play defense or just get
Exactly,
smoked
because
by
let's
Wemby.
see, like Mitchell Robinson played him a little bit. I
Mm,
watched that a little bit, and Mitch was physical with him, and
yeah, has to be.
you know what I mean. So like, but I don't think it. Yeah, the way Cat kind of dealt with him kind of frustrated him more a little bit, and then
Yeah, yeah,
obviously,
definitely.
Wemby wanted to do the back and forth with him, like, okay, you score, I score. I'm a big man, can score too, but obviously, Cat was doing a lot more and was a lot more efficient at doing it
Yeah.
as well in the last 2 games. So, like I said, man, San Antonio uses is for growing pains. You have to.
Hey, it's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's not talk like it's over.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that's why I said, but again, to wrap it up, either way, history will be made in this finals. Either way, you have a city who will come back to light and probably be talking shit for the next 5 to
Couple
10
years anyway.
years. Oh, nah, this is dragging out. 5 to 10 years, and
Actually, considering what Brunson did when he joined the Knicks, which was he took a pay cut, so he could have got so much more money.
yeah.
Like, if he took the maximum amount, but he decided he's going to take a bit less money so that they can put a team together. So if a guy like Brunson, if he's going to continue to care more about winning than about what his contract, than the dollar figure on his contract, they can keep this team together for a while.
So you saying go get LeBron?
That's definitely not what I'm saying because that you're probably going in the wrong direction right there. Because who do
Oh,
you kick out
shit.
the starting lineup to put him in? I don't think I want to kick any of those guys out of the starting lineup because LeBron's going to have to be a starter. He's not going to be a starter. Like,
Hey, nah, man, I like fucking with you, man. You know what it is. But nah, we appreciate y'all for tuning in as always, man. Hopefully we got on a little bit of, healthy discussion about this, but so far it has been just the first 2 games, like, has been both instant classics, like, instant classics. But you
Yeah.
also can see, the difference between the 2 teams, and hopefully, we might see a complete 180 in game 3, maybe a whole 360 in game 3. You never know. You never know because there has been times and, New York has kind of garlic bread choked a few times on, so, but I know right now they full steam ahead. TJ has lit that
Absolutely.
fire. Yeah,
Yeah.
TJ lit that fire. So we just have to see, man. But
Yeah,
again,
and also, considering that like 2 out of the 3 series that they've played completed so far was sweeps, so they've had some good rest in between, and been able to figure it out, get some time to work on their game while other teams are playing to win a series as well.
yeah. But sometimes it's always, you never know. You had a car that was sitting for a minute, which kind of ran cold. You got another car that's been full steam ahead. It's been fucking go, go, go. Been getting them K's on it. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah.
And now, yeah, this is where it might be. Hey, the tires on that car might be a little better than the tires on the car that was sitting for a little minute. You never know. You never know. But no, thank y'all again for tuning in. As always, thanking check out us on your podcasting platforms. As always, like I said, we got things coming through in the clutch, future stuff. Like I said, NFL is coming up, so we're gonna start getting into that. I got some people that we're gonna sit and talk some ball, man. We got AFL, we got the World Cup. So man, just stay tuned in, man. We trying to be everywhere, eyes and ears everywhere, man. But just know we always keep our ears to the street. We hear some shit. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, I didn't know that." Well, now you know because we be on it like that. But anything before we get up out of here, and you want to bless the people with?
No, I think we've covered just about everything we needed to, man.
Yeah. Well, hey, future references. I'll just put this out here. Y'all can take heed to it if you want. If I was y'all for your for your NFL season, you might want to go Miles Garrett back to back defensive player of the year. That's all I'm gonna say. I could be wrong. I know y'all probably like, Ben, you tripping. You be like, man, it could be no back to back defensive player of the year. I he just went to the Rams. That's all I need to say about that. Went to the Rams. And Aaron Donald is coming back.
Yeah.
What if this could be a year where you get co MVPs or co defensive player of the years? I'm just saying. Just saying. I'm gonna put my parlay on though. I'll tell you that much. I'm gonna do that though. Put the money on that. But yeah. But nah, thank y'all again. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all tuning in on the next one. You know what it is.